Hey there, whether you say y'all, you guys, or hey you guys, everybody loves a good cheesecake. We recently went on a family vacation to New York City, and of course we had to visit Junior's Cheesecake because it's iconic and perfection and basically the godfather of all cheesecakes. But here at home, I love cheesecakes too, and so does my family. So if you're looking for the best cheesecake on the island, let me show you my favorites. Let's go. All right, off we go. If you've ever wondered about the best place to get cheesecake on the island or on Alabama's Gulf Coast, we're going on a road trip. So let's visit my top 3 favorite places to get cheesecake when you're on vacation in Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, or Foley. All right, it is a beautiful day on the Gulf Coast, and we are here at King Neptunes because this is, thank you, this is the home of fried cheesecake. So a little bit different twist on regular old cheesecake, and I think it's something that you're gonna like. So Siona's taking care of us here at King Neptunes, and we honestly couldn't be more excited to try this cheesecake. They only have a few things on their dessert menu. They have key lime pie and homemade bread pudding and things of that nature. So this one will probably take the cake for most out-of-the-box cheesecake on the island. Okay, so here it is. It's the famous fried cheesecake at King Neptunes. As you can see, this is not a fancy restaurant. This is the kind of restaurant that you get your paper towels and napkins on a roll. So we'll need those. At first glance, this is honestly a lot of cheesecake. So it's got a cream sauce on it. It is actually a piece of cheesecake that is fried, and it has 3 dollops of whipped cream and a cute cherry on top, because everybody has to have a cherry if you have whipped cream. So there is a crust, so it's a classic cheesecake. There's a cream that they've drizzled on top of it. I say we dive right in. What you say? So this is, it's more like a custard. So let's see what, kind of looks like flan on the inside. Oh, this is so good. So consistency is like flan. Just so you know, this is one of the local favorites. It's basically a big wedge of cheesecake that's been dropped into some batter and into the frying pan. It's so good, but super rich. So this is enough for 2. Don't order it if you are stuffed from your shrimp or your po' boy that you've ordered here. Order this and take some of your seafood home with you because you're not going to want to miss this. Right across the street. Well, like one of those, like the West Side yeah, I'm one of those too. Right. Yeah. Well, it actually keeps going. Can I be a sugar baby? The cream on top, I'm really not sure what it is. It's like a custard cream. It's so loud in here though. This is not a quiet place to get a bite to eat. Definitely a tourist location, but really a local favorite because it's owned by a local family. And the wait staff is super friendly. They love their jobs. They're energetic. So if you're looking for somewhere like that you can come in your beach attire, this is a place. Okay, so let's grab a bite of the crust. So I'm getting the whipped cream out of the way, Cool Whip out of the way. So there is a crust on this side. I don't know if you can see it because it's kind of dark in here, but it is traditional graham cracker crust, I think. But you can see the inside of this. It is light and fluffy, but super rich. So good. So good. I think that's a wrap. That's all I can eat. This is not a cheesecake for the faint of heart. It is rich and delicious and savory all at the same time. Decently light. So the texture is great. With the custard on top, it just adds a little extra to it. You know, not typical at all because the outside is warm and the inside is cool. So if that's something that might bother you, stay away from King Neptunes fried cheesecake. It is a lot. So it's enough for 2 people for sure because it is so rich. It came out with 2 spoons. Very unassuming on the menu. Like you're not going to see, they don't have elaborate descriptions for their food. It's just, here's your fried cheesecake. It's $9.99. There you go. Order it if you want. So the staff is good to explain to you how they make their things and what they contain, but the menu's pretty sparse. You can see there that they specialize in seafood, and the dessert is just icing on the cake. So highly recommend the fried cheesecake at King Neptunes. Alright, so we are here at Cobalt. Super awesome restaurant. If you have never been to Cobalt, I will tell you it's the most expensive menu probably in Orange Beach. They have something for everybody. They have great happy hour specials. But honestly, when you ask people what cheesecake they love, Cobalt always comes up. And it's just because everything they do is done well. So can't wait for this cheesecake to get to the table so I can show you what all the fuss is about.
At the same time,
Oh, it's fine.
I'll put these spoons right here.
Hey, so tell me a little bit about this cheesecake.
Okay, so this is the praline pecan cheesecake, and I believe the praline is this right here.
Yeah, that's the praline.
And they got the pecan topping with caramel drizzle. And then that's the cream on the side.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So excited.
Yummy.
Thank you. Okay. It's nice and neat, like a little muffin, and it's got pecans on top. It's so huge. Perfect. Now that is super sweet. So I'm gonna save it to last. But at first glance, it's a traditional cheesecake. So it has the graham cracker crust and the thick 2-inch filling. These pecans are toasted. So this cheesecake does have the outside crust where you cook it a little bit higher at the beginning and then you turn the temperature down so that the inside stays moist and doesn't cook too much. And then they put a little dollop of homemade whipped cream over here on the side because you can never have too much of that, with caramel drizzle across the plate, and oh, it looks so good. One of my all-time favorite cheesecakes. If you like pecans, this is the place to go. Let's dig in. Just the right proportion. If you look, it's the right proportion of crust to cream cheese mixture. to topping. Can't go wrong. Let's get a little Cool Whip. A little whipped topping and caramel. So good. So simple. And simply perfect. These are made in-house, just like their cupcakes here. And their bread pudding, it's all made in-house. They have true chefs here at Cobalt. Just like King Neptunes that we left, and the next place that we're going, which is still a secret. But they have true chefs that come up with the menu, develop the menu, and execute every single day. And so the pastry chef here does a good job of coming up with desserts that are classic and filling at the same time. This is one of those dishes that is just perfect to end your meal on. It's light, it's savory, has a great traditional graham cracker crust, and let's not forget the praline to finish it off. Not quite yet. All right, so we have finished up at Cobalt. It was fabulous cheesecake as always with the pecans on top and the caramel sauce. So next stop is Gelato Joe's. Let's go. All right, we have made it to Gelato Joe's. It is our third stop on the cheesecake hunt. Sharing my top 3 cheesecakes of the Gulf Coast with you. Gelato Joe's actually is not on the Gulf Coast. It sits up north of Gulf Shores, just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the beautiful white sandy beaches of Alabama. So if you've never been to Gelato Joe's, it's quite an interesting place. They do serve gelato. They have a nice outdoor bar area. And they also have great Italian food. So Greek salad with olives, green olives is my personal favorite. All of their pasta dishes are fabulous, but we are here today to try the cheesecake. You can get New York style cheesecake with praline topping, strawberry, cherry, or blueberry topping. We've asked our waiter to bring us strawberry for sure, and maybe one other one. Just surprise us and let us know what it is, so we can't wait to see what shows up at the table. Okay, so this is what we have. We have 2. We have strawberry and cherry, and honestly I couldn't decide because I'm a classic strawberry cheesecake lover, but I really love cherries, so he brought me both. And then, for good measure, because I haven't had their praline sauce, John brought us a cup of the praline sauce to try. So let's do that first. Let's see. It is creamy and thick. I mean, you can stand the spoon up in the dish almost. Beautiful caramel brown. Let's see. If it makes your jaw clench, then it's just the right amount of sweetness. Oh, that is perfect. You talk about perfection. It is nice and cold, and I mean, it just coats your tongue when you put it in your mouth. Oh my gosh. Oh, it is so good. I need something salty to dip in there to balance it out, but it is really good. All right, so which one are we gonna try first? Strawberry, classic strawberry. All right, so the best part of this is it is a traditional New York cheesecake, so it has that thick crust made out of graham crackers, butter and sugar, and then it is a pretty dense 2-inch high pile of cheesecake with a filling, and then you have sliced, not whole or quartered. These are sliced strawberries with a nice glaze, a good even distribution, and plenty on there, so you're not going to run out of strawberries or the gelatin before you finish the cheesecake. All right. beginning of the film, the video, I told you about our family vacation to Junior's Cheesecake in New York City. I don't know that anything really compares to Junior's Cheesecake, but this is a close second. It is really good. The sauce is thin enough and light enough that you don't feel overpowered by the sauce or by the glaze on the strawberries. But that's like the perfect bite of cheesecake. Don't you agree? Look at that. Oh, so good. So cherry pie filling essentially is what we have. You can see on this side, look at the crust where they baked it. They're all made in-house here, so they're not ordering these from anywhere and having them shipped in. They make them in-house. You can tell that it's homemade. It tastes homemade. Again, perfect crust, perfect amount of cheesecake filling, and perfect fruit. I will say I think the cherry has the upper edge. Alright, here's the bonus. If you are traveling with a large group and let's say lots of opinions about cheesecake and everybody wants a different flavor, the best place on the coast to go is hands down Hope's Cheesecake. Hope's has been here since the mid-90s and is a local favorite like many of our restaurants, but also super well known to visitors because they are able to ship the cheesecakes to you. Now, Hope's does something a little bit different. They rotate a flavor every month. So each month it could be pumpkin or butterfinger or raspberry, just depending on what they choose to put out for the month. They also sell sampler cheesecakes, so it's important to know that if you buy that, you will not be able to put the fork down. Our family favorite is the chocolate sampler because it gives you the most variety, and everybody in our family loves chocolate, so you can't go wrong. Another thing that Hope's does great is they have vegan and gluten-free options and sugar-free options. So if those are some of the things that are important to you or somebody in your party, this is a good place to get those. You cannot go wrong. They do have other desserts other than cheesecake. They have pies and so forth, and they do on occasion do the cheesecakes on a stick where they dip them in chocolate. So of course those are to die for. So if you have a lot of opinions in your party and y'all are on beach vacation and you just want a good spot to get dessert, head on over to Hope's. They are closed on Sunday and Monday, so be advised for that, but they're open every other day of the week, Tuesday through Saturday. Come visit Hope's while you're down here finding your Gulf Coast life.